Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniatures, and it's Monday, which means it's time once more for our weekly painting progress. And in front of you, you guys should see... No, it's not part of an inquisitorial retinue. This is actually a Malifaux figure. I believe it came from the von Schtook, whatever the necromancer dude with the University of Transmortis. It's from his core box set from 3rd edition. So I don't know what I did with the rest of the crew. So I told my brother, Mr. Percival Sparkle Trout, do something different with them. So he totally did. So I'm going to guess and take a wild assumption that this absolutely is going to fit into whatever crazy inquisitorial nonsense he's got going on. I also gave him a few of my random ancient stuff from Victrix and was curious just to see what he would come up with if given the opportunity to paint something that was not a Space Marine or Menoth or some kind of twisted bestiary mutant. So here we have a Falxman he did, one of the Dacians. Should look quite nice with some of the other Victrix models that we continue to get painted slowly but surely. Doesn't help when you got 60-something guys in a box and you're painting 600-something other models. In addition to that, I gave him a pretty much naked, partially nude, half nude, never nude? I forget from Arrested Development. Anyway, it's a Germanic tribesman. So he may not have any fancy tattoos, but he does look the part of a naked fanatic. I'm afraid if I do the naked set, I'm going to get flagged by YouTube. Although I'm really tempted to pick some up. I mean, just to have them. They look quite nice with some of the other... Well, that's a Warlord model, but that's okay. Have them all hang out with the various assorted tribes folk we've got painted at this point. Someday, I promise, someday we will have a video on the Germanic tribesmen. I gotta finish building them, along with my Numidians and Carthaginians and elephants and Saxons and Skarls. There's so many. Someday, slowly but surely. What else did he make? This is a Titanforge Serpent Guard. And I'm 99% sure, because I can't remember, because I know I have both, that this is actually from the Patreon of Titanforge, not from the Kickstarter. I do believe we have a few of their resin ones around somewhere between the two of us. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a printed one, because I think I did print one now that I really put my mind to it. Came out nice. I like the colors. I think it actually matches up with his Amazons that he's already painted. And was that it from him this month? I have this weird feeling that there was one more thing, but now I don't remember. That's okay. Let's take a look at what I got done. So, yeah, I keep chugging out these random tribes, and then this guy came out awful, and it looks like he's got a pig nose now. I don't know what happened. You know what? It's done. He's just going to go in the back somewhere and, let the better painted models steal the spotlight. It was that Dacian. Where'd the Dacian go? You gotta come back, dude. You're still in the video. Alright, so besides that chubby dude, I went ahead and started working on my Myrmidesh. And now that I've actually got them sealed, I gotta say, I think I need to go back and fix up the Slaaneshi symbol on their breastplate there. Everything else I think looks pretty solid and decent. I wanted to get a real nice, shiny, polished look to them, which despite spraying a matte sealer, I think it still held together pretty well. Really basic, really simple look. This guy ended up with some of the twin souls, if that's what they're called, the demonic versions. I don't know how that little spot got there. And his shield does not look as nice as the other ones. Tried to paint the skin tones there, but it doesn't really seem like it's making much of a difference. And then finally, I painted up the leader of the club of Mirmadesh. I think the shield came out okay. I like them. I still have two others. They're kind of a mix of Twinsville bits, and I was thinking I was going to try doing them up in a more magenta purple type color like their top knots. See how that turned out. And eventually, if I ever get Sigvald, I think I might try doing his armor like that as well. Speaking of Sigvald and Slaaneshi models, we finally went ahead and got the Slangor. Is that the name? That sounds right. The Slangor from Dire Chasm finished up. At least enough that I'm content with it. And I think that now completes all of the Hedonites of that set. I have started working on the elves. It's just going to take me some time to get them. I'm not satisfied with the whites and the creams and the soft colors that they all have, but we'll get there eventually. Alright, here's a model that I've had laying around for some time. This is Flubbin from Riot Quest. If you're not aware, there is a new campaign for a boss expansion. Well, actually, a couple different expansions, but the Karchev Deathjack I thought was a pretty cool looking one. I might still go in on it. And worst case scenario, I just get it when it comes to retail later on. So anyway, Flubbin is quite annoying because there's a super tiny contact point between her base and her body. And I've had her break off at least 3 or 4 times now, but I think she's finally decided to stabilize. I don't know. I can't make up my mind about Riot Quest. Sometimes the models look awesome. I love the look to them. Some are very tongue-in-cheek, and then some are a bit too goofy, even for my taste. A lot of the new models for their Chili Con Carnage campaign, there's some neat stuff there, but there's too many. But there's too many little gremlin types. I would have preferred, well, I would have preferred to see a post-apocalyptic tyrant Xerxes that's actually standing fully upright this time. He squatted around so long on the tabletop, had his legs broken. We've never seen a nice, sturdy version of him yet. Alright, continuing with the GW kick here. Again, I don't know why that spray is getting all the little white dots everywhere. Shoot. I painted Radikar. You can't see I actually did paint his face. I kept them all separate so that I could get all those little bits in between everywhere, and I did, and then you can't really see any of it anyways. He came out okay. It's serviceable. Could it be done better? Of course. Will it? Not likely. From a distance on the tabletop, I think it looks pretty decent, though. Funny enough, I'm seeing a lack of printed stuff this week. We'll get there. So we got Raynor finished from Kingdom Death. Despite having a nose, not having a nose, I should say. Went ahead and stuck some green stuff in there. That made a huge difference. And I realized I did nothing with her lantern at all. I did a very sloppy job on that poncho of hers. Oh well. I should probably go back and highlight those scales on her pants, but it is what it is. She's done enough for the moment. So yeah, I did actually print some stuff this week and get painted. I've been on a bit of a Rocket Pig Games binge. I painted that Gladiator last week, and that just got me in the mood to paint more of their stuff. So we went ahead and painted up the Goblin Shaman. Again, I got these little freaking white dots from the spray, which I thought I had it far enough away. I guess not. I'm curious how big he is in comparison to other goblins. Aha! You know what? Here, I got a Shield Wolf Goblin nearby. Or a GW Goblin. Style-wise, I think he'll fit in pretty good. A little bit more tribal looking. You might want to shrink him down a little bit if you were going to use him with the GW stuff. Went ahead and painted a couple more of the Orcs. I believe this is the Berserker. Again, I tried to stick with really simple paint jobs just to get things done. I'm happy with them. There is a really fine line, I think, for these guys between like just silly cartoony looks and, you know, big and intimidating looking. He is big. He's getting close to Radicar size there. And then this was what? The ironclad orc. So I tried to really stick with the iron look to his armor. I'm not sure if I was successful or not. It looked a lot cooler, I thought, before I sealed him. Some of the armor, maybe I just sprayed too much of the sealer on there, and it all just got kind of blah. It gets the job done. He's pretty big, too. I like the solid heftiness of these things. I guess if I had printed them on the FDM printer, they wouldn't be as hefty. Of course, the results we've had there so far haven't been all that awesome either, but we are slowly but surely getting better at it. Finally, as I try to get the camera adjusted here, one more model this week, and that is an Archvillain Games Stitched Abomination. I believe that's what it was called. Very reminiscent of some of the sins from the others, but it definitely took it to a whole nother level. There's definitely more legs and limbs as well. All the weird prehensile tongues and faces. Yeah, we're going to get a nice close-up of all the grossness. All the stitches everywhere. Again, I'm not sure what happened there. Odd. But yeah, it's a big, disgusting monstrosity, and I think it came out okay in the end. A nice minion for Radicar to have hanging around with him. So, we are almost at the end of April already. I cannot believe that. As the school year winds down, and hopefully I suddenly have more time to devote to painting and printing and working on hobby stuff, I am thinking I'm going to run a poll real soon on our Patreon site, figuring out what irresponsibly large and ridiculous model I need to print up next. So hopefully, if you guys have a moment, take a look there and put your voices to work and let us know what we should be printing in the near future. And also, I would love from any and all of you that watch us, and I know quite a few of you do because I see the numbers every week, input on what I can do with Patreon to actually make it more worthwhile. My goal, as is many people's goals with it, is to get it to the point where I can actually go and hire some sculptors to get some models printed up or created just for you guys. I know that's pretty far off at this point, but it's like in the meantime, I'm trying to figure out what I could do or what we could offer that would make it a more attractive venture to get us to that point. So if you have any thoughts, suggestions, or ideas, by all means, let me know here, let me know there, send me an email, whatever you guys think. I'd be curious to hear it because honestly, like I said, the school year is winding to an end very soon in just a few weeks, and I'm actually going to have some time again, so I would love to try and take this stuff to the next level and hopefully continue to bring even more obscure obscurities as time permits. With that said, as always, we've got those links down below if you want to check out any of this stuff yourself. You totally should, because there's some awesome stuff happening on the tabletop. I know Archvillain has some crazy looking dwarves coming up. Rocket Pig's got another Kickstarter in the near future. I know that there's the Riot Quest campaign going on right now, which we'll put a link to, and Titan Forge, as always, has all kinds of crazy stuff. Looking like May's going to have a bunch of gladiatorial stuff, so you know we're going to be printing that up. Maybe I should actually do a review once in a while on Titan Forge. I keep printing their stuff. Anyways, I'll stop rambling and I'll let you guys go about your business. This has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and as always, hopefully we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye!